the earlier event this week. Dr. Maya Tudor is a political scientist also at the school, and she works on questions of nationalism and democracy, and she has done a lot of work on India as well. So without further ado, welcome. Thank you, Maya, for joining me today. And why don't I hand over to Mr. Pilot, and Maya, maybe you would like to ask the first question on the...
Yes, well, I think we should just hear, first of all, about the election. What were your reactions? What was surprising to you? Maybe you expected what the rest of the Indian public and certainly the exit polls did not. So can you just talk us through your own reactions to the elections and what you think they mean for India and the years ahead?
Great. Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Andy. Thank you all for coming here, and thank you both for organizing this event. Like you said, this election was a long election. It was 7 phases long. And at the outset, I really want to say that Indian elections are a phenomenal exercise because it's 960 million people who are eligible voters, and it's the largest planned human exercise on earth. The logistics itself, if you just think about it, it's a humongous operation where people, candidates, parties, voters actually use the democratic process to elect a new government. So it's a very, very tedious and a very, should I say, the peak of summer, it's not the easiest thing to do. But I think every election, the Indian economy, Indian democracy gets more and more refined. And I say this because of the results itself indicate that we have a new government in place. But the elections threw up a fractured mandate. It was not a mandate for any political party to form a government. It is a coalition. It was a coalition of parties that are now formed a new government. So the results, I think, and you mentioned about exit polls, the less we speak about it, the better, because almost every one of them was wrong. And you said, if I had an inclination of what the results will be,
yes.
Well, I knew something has shifted. Because for the last 10 years, we had a government that was doing a lot of propaganda, a lot of marketing, using the media, a lot of projection, I dare say even a lot of chest thumping. But the reality on the ground was a bit different in terms of job creation, in terms of what I feel is a big gap between the rich and the poor. That has widened a fair amount. And I think the agrarian distress, the dissatisfaction among young people, and not just unemployment, also underemployment. So a lot of these massive issues across the country that were there to see, but were being ignored for a long time. So this election has thrown up a government that is not a full majority government, which was the case for the last 2 elections. So it's interesting what will happen in the future.